Okay, so let's take a look at this. So we know 7 works. So let's go ahead and do the synthetic division with that real quick and see what we have left. So let's see, 12, negative 91, 50, negative 7, and we're going to use 7. So we'll drop the 12, and then let's see, 12 times 7 is, was that 84? And let's see, that adds up to negative 7, I believe. Yep. And so then that will give us negative 49. Oops, negative 49. Add that together, 1. Get 7, remainder of 0. Okay, so basically what we're left with is 12x squared minus 7x plus 1. And we basically want to figure out what will make that portion equal 0. And from what I can tell, it looks like you tried the quadratic formula, which is fine. You can do that. But it does look like this one's factorable. And so I'll go ahead and do it both ways just so we can see it. And then we can kind of see what happened there. So you can go ahead and multiply the 12 and the 1 and try to split that. That factoring works, but I'm just going to go ahead and do guess and check real quick. And then, like I said, we'll look at the quadratic formula method. So to break up 12, you could probably either break it up into a 3 times 4 or a 6 times 2. And I can tell just from experience it's going to be a 3x and a 4x. And then the only way you're going to get that 1 right there, but then somehow add to that negative 7x when you do the outer and the inner, they're both going to have to be minus 1. And so if you FOIL this together, you'll see that these two right here, they're the same thing. So if you FOIL this together, you'll see that those match. And so then when you take each one of these and set them equal to 0 and solve, you would get x equals 1/3, and then the other one would be 1/4. Okay, but let's go ahead and look at doing this quadratic formula way because there's nothing wrong with doing it that way also. So that would be my a, b, and c. So let's see, x equals negative 7 plus or minus the square root of negative 7 squared minus 4 times 12 times 1, all divided by 2 times my a value, which is 12. Okay, so I think I can kind of see probably what happened here. Um, because, okay, so the double negatives becomes positive 7, which you have there. But see, when we have the plus or minus, let's see, that'll be a 49 minus, let's see, multiply that together, that's 48. So yeah, you had everything right except that you divide the whole thing by 24. Got to divide the whole thing by 24. So then we end up with 7 plus or minus the square root of 1 over 24. And then that would be 7 plus or minus 1 over 24. And so then you have to do it with plus, and then you have to do it with minus. So if you do plus, you get 8 over 24, which then would reduce down to 1/3. That's where we got that. And then if you subtracted 7 take away 1, that'd be 6 over 24, which then would be 1/4. And that's where we got that. So you're absolutely on the right track. You just have to be careful. That's a common thing where um, students forget to divide the whole thing by 24. And then obviously you would want to square root that 1 if you can. And in this particular case, we would have been able to. So, all right. Well, I hope that clears that up.